Oh shit! I totally forgot about Miami Dojo. Fuck.
It's the show that sucks with your hosts Harrison and Honzo Gonzo.
See the curtains hanging in the window in the evening on a Friday night. A little light is shining through the window. Let me know everything is alright. Summer breeze makes me feel fine. Blowing through the jasmine in my mind.
With special guests from around the fighting game community.
Has commentating hindered your ability to place 4th place at local tournaments?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it has. I just suck. I just don't practice anymore. It's not because of the commentary. It's more about just life in general. You know, you turn 30
Just life?
and you're like, just
You're
life.
30?
I'm 30.
Wow, you should kill yourself.
Now for your hosts, Harrison and Honzo Gonzo.
Why do you play that intro all the time?
Why do I play it all the time?
I feel like you just spam that particular intro. I feel so bad.
Because it's a great intro. It's a great intro. That's why.
Whatever, man. This is the show that sucks, number 127 with Harrison SBA and Honzo Gonzo. We're both very important people. Couple things happened.
I appreciate that, by the way.
Yeah. Harrison took me on a date. You want to tell him about it?
I think you better because I have no idea where you're going with this.
You took me to IKEA.
Yeah, yeah.
Then you bought me pizza. It's a date.
Well, hey, I felt obligated. You know, you helped me move my stuff, so
So
I was being a good friend.
that was the first time.
Figured
I was
I'd buy you some Senores pizza. Like,
Senores is much better than Chicago pizza. They got me times better.
fact.
Fact. San Francisco pizza is better than Chicago pizza. Fact. I brought it home and I have his leftovers. Still don't. Yeah, I just wanted to mention. I never been to IKEA and it was very exciting for me. But I didn't have my phone. I would have been taking selfies.
Was it like exactly how I described it?
Yeah, it was
an
a little amusement parkish.
An amusement park for furniture?
Yeah, it felt like I don't know, very too erudite for me. Like there's too many hoity-toity guys in there. Everything's too expensive.
What?
Oh, that shit's too expensive, man.
What are you talking about? Have you
very
been to
cheap.
have you been to a furniture store?
Yeah, have you seen my fucking desk? My chair? They're very expensive, but it's good.
IKEA is not very expensive.
I don't know. My desk was almost the same price as some of those desks. My desk is way better. So that's all I'm saying. It's expensive to me. And jars there were like $6 for like a 6-pack.
That's pretty cheap. What do you need jars for? You're drinking out of a bottle right now.
bought-
That's all you drink out of. It's just bottles.
No, I have lots of jars. I got them for like 25 cents. Jars with handles. I make my tea in them. I also saw Mad Max today.
Was it better than the original movie? Please say
Possibly.
yes.
Yeah.
Don't even say possibly. Just say yes.
You'll like it better than the original. 'Cause
I think I'll like any movie better than the original movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
That being said, it's based off the second one, right? Not the first one, right? Because isn't
No,
the
it's
second one?
it's its own original.
Oh, it
thing.
is? Okay, alright. I'm sad then. I thought it was a remake, but whatever.
No, I don't believe so. Unless I'm forgetting. But yeah, no. Very good movie. Very good post-apocalyptic movie. And that segues perfectly into Fallout 4 is going to be announced tomorrow at 12 hours from now. Excuse me, 12 hours from now. So when you guys wake up for work, Fallout 4 will already be announced. And they'll be a little trailer.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the Fallout 4 announcement. There's a page that went up 12 hours ago about.
Not like another like fake website.
No, it says Bethesda Fallout. Just
I
so
remember when it happened.
Yeah, I remember very, very clearly where I was when that shit happened. Because I was like, I'm not going to get in on this. And then it was like really intricate, and I was like, I'm getting in on this. Fuck it. But yeah, Fallout 4 is definitely coming out soon. It's going to be probably gameplay at E3. Speaking of E3, we'll both be there, Harrison.
Yep, we
I
will.
don't think we've announced that on the show. I said on Twitter, but so if you're in the LA area,
The
gonna be
area
at
of
E3.
LA.
We'll be there. I know I get to walk around a bit on the show floor, doing things. So
I
you
literally
probably
have
see-
no idea what I'm doing, so.
I don't know what I'm doing, but that was the first thing I asked. I was like, "Can I walk around?" And they're like, "Yeah, you'll have time." I'm like, "Okay." So
No, I'm pretty stoked, man. I've I've watched E3 for forever since I've known what video games were. So
yeah, I remember,
to finally actually be able to go to it is pretty cool.
I remember in 7th grade, we just got G4, and I was like really excited to go back home so I could see all the shit that would happen at E3.
Yeah.
And I think at that moment I realized I was like a huge nerd. Like I was like, it was way past the point of repair, you know. Before that, I think I was just delusioned with myself. But 7th grade, when I really wanted to watch E3, like get home from school, I knew I was a fucking fat nerd. So it's kind of weird being able to go there, you know, as an achievement thing, I guess. So that's weird. Life's weird. I never get bored, I guess. Anyways, all that shit's happening. But let's talk about shit that already happened. Midwest
know.
Champions.
What?
Wait, what? What is it?
Oh, just whatever. Continue what you were saying.
What are you gonna say?
No, nothing.
I changed the order.
Oh, okay. I didn't look at the
Yeah.
order. My bad. I'm sorry. Okay.
It's more substantial. It's better.
Okay. All right.
I'm producing. Midwest Champions. Midwest Championships. Happened this past weekend. It was like fucking really tiny. It was set in the South. I don't know why they called it Midwest Champions.
Like how you said it was set in the South, like it's some movie that they're making.
It was in Tennessee. That's not Midwest. Bothers me. Anyway, there's a lot of Marvel hype for that event, as well as Mortal Kombat. Street Fighter kind of got the back burner because there wasn't really players that went. It was really small. The Marvel tournament was small. It was almost, I think it was below 30 people. But people from Florida came out. A lot of great players. Full schedule. King Blue River was there. Kinder Party was there as well. And there was the fabled Mixup. Now, Harrison, do you know who Mixup is? You probably don't.
I don't. I want to say it's the name sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Mixup is a mythical creature. He's one of those guys, you know, people who say, bro, you could beat me, but my brother is like the best fucking Street Fighter player in the world. You
Yes.
don't know. He just doesn't leave his house.
Yes.
Every fucking scene has people like that. You've heard that a million times. This is the Marvel equivalent of that. Florida has been claiming that Mixup is, you know, super, super duper good in Marvel. Marvel 2 even. I believe he was a Marvel 2 player as well. And he was being hyped up as a very good player as well. And Marvel 3, no one's seen gameplay of him. It hasn't been on the internet at all. The entirety of Marvel.
Dude,
3.
that's some Daigo 2012 shit right
And
there.
Everything what Florida says is that this guy is the best Magneto, and he's quite possibly one of the best players
In the world.
in the world.
In the world. You
And
can't
he can
hype up
take-
you can't hype up somebody and then just not say they're the best in the world.
Yeah, they're most likely the best. Can be Champ, better than Champs, Magneto, all this smack talk. For years I've been hearing this. Vaneeth actually apparently visited the Mecca that is Mixup's house and played games with them, and he verified it. He said
Okay.
Mixup is very legit, quite possibly one of the best players in the world. So this, you know, kind of all came to a head. Well, this is the first tournament. For some reason, he decided to go to this tournament and display his skills. And the first match we saw on stream was Mixup versus Kinder Party, and Mixup got fucking destroyed by Kinder Party. Kinder Party blew Mixup up. Mixup sucked fat dick. he was really bad. I don't know what he was thinking. Like maybe he was nervous.
It
I
is
don't know.
Marvel.
But Kinder Party destroyed him. And sorry, I didn't tweet. You know, Kinder Party is not known as the best player. Let's be honest. I like Kinder, but you know, lately he hasn't been even getting out of pools. So yeah, he's been focusing mostly on real life. I know he has like 2 jobs and he's just got a new one, so he's been very not in the Marvel state of mind. And he blows up the mythical, you know, Kinder Mixup. So
No, you had to right the first time. The mythical Kinder Party. I think you.
well, he's the legend. Kinder Party's the legend. He's forever immortalized as the guy who exposed Mixup. So that was a big deal on the internet for Marvel players. A lot of hype went into that. There was also the full schedule versus Kane money match. It was the first to 10. And people all thought Kane would would stomp full schedule. The full schedule actually pulled it out. I think it was like 10-6. So full schedule actually upset a lot of people by beating Kane in this first to 10. Great showing by full schedule. And I believe Kane Liver got his revenge because he actually won the tournament. And full schedule got second. Mix-Up didn't place top 4. You know, I'm sure he's a great person. I'm sure he's very nice. You know, I probably like him a lot if I met him. He seems like an okay dude, but he's not as good as all these dudes are saying. He's just not.
Could you beat him?
Yeah, I would definitely beat Mix-Up. And that's not even me being hubris. That's just not how bad I think he is.
Could I beat Mix-Up?
No.
No? Okay. All right.
He is very good.
So he's not like the worst player.
No, he's good. He's just not as good
He's as
people
you.
think.
As you.
Yeah,
You can
and
say
I'm not
you can
good.
say things like that. You can say
Yeah, 'cause I'll
that.
never play him. I don't care. I can just say things now. But yeah, if Kinder Party's task can beat him, then I can definitely beat him because I think my task is better. That's another story. But yeah, so that was a quite the Marvel weekend for people. A lot of the Marvel cats had a good time watching all this stuff. Champ was memeing it up. You know, he was saying he wanted to money match people for like $10,000 on his shit. It's pretty funny. There's also like Mortal Kombat, but no one cares.
Damn, it's like that already. It's like, bam, instantly the game's been out for like 3 days. It's like nobody cares already.
People care.
You don't care. You can't say that yet. You gotta give it a couple weeks.
It was just not a tournament for it, I don't think. It was the same people, the Yomi guys from Atlanta. And it was just like I watched their weeklies, so it was like one of their weeklies. So
Oh, it was? Okay.
Excuse me, I had to take a sip of my Sangrita Blast from Mountain Dew. Refreshing blast of natural and artificial citrus punch flavor. But yeah, Mortal Kombat is in a weird place right now, but I think he'll do fine at CEO.
Is that the next big tournament? I guess.
There's the Commonwealth, which is a big Mortal Kombat and Smash tournament. That's their 2 games. That's coming up fairly soon. There's E3. There's SCR Prelude, which is at the beginning of next month. And then CEO.
Do you know if they're gonna have another thing at E3 again this year for Capcom?
I don't know, and if I did know, I would still say I don't know. So
Okay. All right.
I'm not the one.
I mean, is it like, I don't know, like, yeah. I just don't know if it's been announced
I
anyway.
show up, Harrison. I don't know. I have to think they do constantly. I literally arrive at places and people just point things.
Sounds about right.
I mean, it's the truth. That is the truth. Sometimes I really don't know what
People
I'm doing.
people point at things and then they buy me pizza.
Yeah. So. The new Guilty Gear character was announced. It's some chick called Jacko. Yeah, people thought it was Bridget. That's the only reason I'm putting it out there. People thought it was Bridget, but it's confirmed not Bridget. It's like this trap character, like kind of like Faust, I guess. That's a chick. She has yo-yos. It's not that exciting, I guess. There's no gameplay yet. Their location test is in a week, or it's in 3 days, I think, actually. So it's this weekend. Pretty sure. So we'll see a lot more news out of that for Guilty Gear. I'm sure they're gonna be. There from the last location test. There's a lot of bootleg videos, so they'll be showing up on Twitter. That's how they were last time. Also, Street Fighter V is going to be in Paris at the Japan Expo. It's not confusing. It's the Japan Expo that is located in Paris.
All right.
All right, Harrison?
Right.
Got it?
That's,
Got it?
I got it. It seems 100% legit to me.
Yeah, I know there's French people who watch our stream. So, it's July 2nd, and they're going to have Street Fighter 5 there. It's going to be a little bit. It's not going to be the first outing of Street Fighter 5. I believe CEO is sooner than that. But if you're not going to Evo, and, because I think that's near Evo time. When's Evo? July 19th?
Yeah.
Oh, then you have plenty of time. Yeah, you can go to the same Evo if you're balling. I always forgot Evo was the week after July 4th.
It's July 17th. Sorry, July. It's that 19th is that Sunday.
It was the 11th 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah. I think it's the latest it's ever been.
Yeah, I think about it. Kind of is. That's good though, I think.
At least the ones that I've gone to.
It escapes July 4th. July 4th. I've been to Vegas during July 4th. It's literally hell. Like, it's hell on earth.
Yeah, you went to that Evo. Remember?
No.
Wasn't it on July 4th?
I guess I've been there twice.
Yeah, it was on July 4th. I remember it being
my
on
mom
there.
got married, and I stayed that week, if you remember.
Yeah, it was that Evo.
No, I was
Right?
there on July 4th.
Oh.
And then the next week, where I was trapped in Vegas, was Evo.
Oh, okay.
That was the Paris one, actually. Now that I think about it, and this is in Paris. So, if you're Eurocat, you can go play Street Fighter 5. It'll be the first outing in Europe, and probably outside of CEO, the only one. They didn't even announce it for Evo.
I wonder if they'll. Well, both of these are before Evo, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this all has a chance, but Evo's kind of a huge. It'd be kind of hard to. Get enough stations to really have a bunch of people play. I don't know.
They did it for Marvel.
They'll do an exhibition, I'm sure, of some sort.
Of course, yeah.
Like,
Street Fighter 5 is definitely being at Evo. Let's not kid around. I have no prior knowledge, but I definitely can guarantee that. But is it gonna be like Marvel? Ultimate Marvel had 8 or 10 setups, I think, at that one Evo 2011, and that was not ample for the amount of people that wanted to play it, but it was still good, and they gave away prizes. People really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed playing it on those non.
Didn't they have? Was it the same Evo or Evo before that they had the new Tekken game there or something? They had like a billion setups. Was that like another one? I don't know.
That was 2012, and I forget if they actually had Tag 2.
Okay.
Forget. But Tekken 7 will be at this year's Evo. But the way the Paris is set up is in those 2 rooms, so there'll be a bunch of Tekken 7 shit in this room, near the Mad Catz booth. From what I know. Yeah, speaking of Europe, there is the FFM Rumble tournament, which was a Capcom Pro ranking tournament. So it's not the premieres.
It's the B tier.
It's the other one. So it's points. But points are important. If you have enough points, you can just go to Capcom Pro. Like, they'll bring you. So, and it's 32 people. So having any points almost sometimes is, very good, because
Especially with 32 people.
there's 32 people, and there's a lot of people who get repeat points. The top 8s are kind of, sometimes repeated a lot. So there might be, people who might have just placed that one tournament still get in. Because, they got 3rd somewhere. Yeah. So that's an exciting thing about the format. So you definitely have a chance, even if you're in Europe or somewhere that doesn't have a lot of events, maybe one or two, where you can get a lot of points and still go to America and compete. Lots of people were at this tournament. There was Punko, Tokido, Eevee, I believe fucking Valmaster was there. I said Luffy. Dark Jiwa, who's is he Chinese? I think he's Chinese. Do you know if Dark Jiwa's Chinese or Japanese?
I don't know.
He's a Ken player. I'm not sure. But yeah, a bunch of people were there. And a Hugo got third. A Hugo player actually eliminated Tokido. His name was Infectious. He went through a lot of people and a lot of good players, including Tokido, and beat them with Hugo. And I watched it, and it was crazy the way he was doing. He was incredibly patient, and then he was just, it explode out of nowhere with like a random jump in, and it would just be perfect. It was perfect jump ins. And he just wouldn't miss his combos. Very patient. Wasn't really grab heavy. Was more normal heavy. And yeah.
Yeah, if you play a patient character like that, you have to absolutely take advantage of every single opportunity you get. So yeah, not dropping combos is pretty important.
Oh yeah, especially for Hugo in bad matchups like Akuma. And that's Tokido's Akuma. So for him to do that is just insane. And I know Hugo does buttloads of damage. I understand that, but you shouldn't be losing that match out if you're Tokido. Maybe he just hasn't played a Hugo of that caliber. But it was pretty insane watching that guy play. It was pretty hype, I think. And hopefully he got third, so we got a lot of points. I want to see this guy at Capcom Cup. I think that'd be very interesting to have a very, very high level Hugo who's proven himself in tournament, not like that Brazilian guy who hasn't really proven himself in tournaments and coming out and getting bodied,
Yeah, that's true.
This guy's beating Japanese, quote unquote gods. So I really want him to come out. I think that'd be really cool. Luffy ended up taking it. He beat Punko, and Punko did eliminate the Hugo player with very, very, very precise gameplay. I'm sure that matchup's horrible for Hugo as well. And Punko's Seth is just insane.
Yeah, that matchup must be absolutely terrific because you can just head stomp him all day. But the thing is, you just get one read against Seth as Hugo, and he's dead.
That's true, but Punko was very ready for that match, it seemed, because he was doing some head stomp double overheads into Fierce and shit, and it looked like he was very prepared for a big body kick. It looks like he goes into training mode just to do crazy shit against big characters, because he was definitely just doing shit, and it was working. But yeah, EB's Hakan was also there, but he got 9th, so... hopefully he does better in the future. I know people were hyping up his Akon, but I didn't. It didn't seem that good to me. I don't know. Khan's a bad character. Khan is a bad character. Okay, and the biggest news, Harrison, the one that you wanted to talk about. Ultra Street Fighter 4 is now back on Xbox 360.
Yeah,
For CEO
I guess.
and Evo.
I mean, yeah, that's why I didn't want to say anything last week, because I knew something like this would happen, because, yeah. I don't know, I figured it would happen. They're not gonna play the biggest tournament.
They're not gonna, yeah.
On anything that's not the best port, so why?
I was not worried one bit. I knew either this would happen, or they'd fix PS4. Obviously, they're probably not going to fix PS4 anytime soon. So, 360 is the way to go. It's one more fucking year. The only thing that matters is Capcom Cup. Because that is a ways away. It's 6 months away almost.
And they will definitely do whatever they possibly can to make sure that Capcom Cup is played on PS4.
Yeah, so if they don't,
that.
But if they don't fix it, then it's going to be on 360. Like, it's not... They're not going to put Capcom Cup in jeopardy.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna, have Sonic Boom throwing invisible or Guile throwing invisible Sonic Booms during Capcom Cup.
They should definitely have an exhibition because that'd be cool. Knuckle do his invisible booms now, fucking trying to rush him down. But yeah. So don't be worried about tournaments in the future, in my opinion. Because if there is still a problem, they're just gonna switch back to 360. Obviously, I guess Sony doesn't care. Maybe it's on their end that they fucked up. You know, no one knows. But if they're okay with this, then it would be feasible that they're okay with it for those terms. And you know, it's really only this year that it's getting affected by, because next year everything's gonna be on PS4 with Street Fighter 5.
Yep.
Because that's coming out, you know, before March next year. So.
If you guys have any questions, you can send them to @HarrisonSBA and @Honzo Gonzo on Twitter. I'm actually looking at the rankings right now, and I remember last year there were a couple situations where there was a qualified person, you know, with like 5 points because they went to one tournament and they just won it.
Mm-hmm.
So far, that's not the case. I mean, for the obvious reason, the money. They still want to continue to go to all these tournaments even after they qualified because there's still a ton of money up for grabs. So out of the first 6 people, the top 6, 5 of them have qualified.
Mm-hmm.
So it's I kind of have a feeling that, I mean, obviously points are still going to matter just as much as they would if there weren't any qualifying points, but yeah, there's really not going to be any, like, you know, oh, this person, you know, just went to one tournament and got 10 points, but qualified and is going to mess up the order of, you know, points and stuff. I don't think that's really going to have anything to do with it this year. The only person that's not qualified is Punko, and he has 308 points, and he's in 3rd.
He has a lot of points.
So
he hasn't won a tournament, has he? Oh, man, Punko.
No. He's gotten close. He's gotten close.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
You're really just going to have to get in this top 32 points.
It's going to be interesting who gets in. Very interesting. Especially with leading up to it, because there's going to be a few events for it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Where people are going to be scrambling. So that'll be interesting.
And, you know, they'll throw... I kind of have a feeling they'll do the same thing that they did last year. They'll be like, oh, and, like, we forgot about this region or something, and they'll, like, throw them a bone and, like, hey, here's random points this week, guys, and then just, oh, shit, everybody hop on a plane to, like, you know, I don't know, wherever. Oh, another random tournament in France. All right, everybody hop on a plane to France.
What a life. What a life to live. Playing video games.
But yes, back on 360. Hooray, hooray, hooray.
I think everyone's happy about
whatever.
it. This is not on PS3. That would have been a ball.
No, I don't think they would have. Yeah. Yeah.
It's been on PS3 before here.
It has been on PS3 before, but it's also been on Xbox 360 before.
Who prefers the 360 version?
I think a lot of people do.
No, I love Sony. Sony's the best. Sony's the greatest company ever to exist. Buy PSPs. All right. Do we have questions?
Yeah. I guess we do have questions. Let me...
I fucked up the tweet with the link. I put Marvel Talk Twitch.tv. That's it.
Drew Red Mage. Oh, what a surprise. Drew Red Mage asks, what changes would you make to the Capcom Cup Pro Tour format? Mine would be simple. Ban training stage.
You know, Drew Red Mage, I actually have the power to make them not pick training stage and change the music.
I am 100% on board with no more training stage. I think it's really, I'm so tired of seeing it. I'm so tired of going to a playlist of matches and just having every single stage just be training stage. Like when you go to the YouTube playlist, it has the thumbnail of the people fighting, and every single game is just training stage. It gets boring.
As I said, I had the power. I'm totally never gonna change. I'm gonna encourage people to pick training stage because I don't give a fuck. So, and everyone else gets mad at it. So,
You know, if you don't want training stage and you're a player, you can say you don't want that stage.
Is there stage rules?
Yeah, there's
That's
stage
probably
rules
no one.
for sure. If you can't,
I
I
know
believe.
volcano you can ban.
I don't think so.
That's
I
the
just
only one
if you both agree, you can both agree on banning stages, and if you both don't agree on a stage, then I believe it has to go random.
I see.
But yeah, I try to avoid that whenever I play. I hate training stage. I think it's dumb. I don't like people using the blocks to see how far their pokes can reach and stuff. I don't like
I
that.
always encourage players to use chain stage, and I have stage music always on. English voices. I'm just trying to ruin it for everyone here. So.
Good. I see where I'd
Burn it
imagine
down.
that's where you were going with that. You just wanted to be, yeah. Scott asks, what joystick do you guys have / use in your arcade sticks? And square or octogate, and why? Honzo Gonzo is a weird person, and
I'll show it.
so
Hold on.
he uses a octogate, which makes literally no sense at all. Well, actually, he plays like all like circle characters, or
Oh, I don't.
I thought you do.
No.
Then why the hell do you use an octogate?
Okay, story about Octogate. Sorry, I'm trying to get it. Story about Octogate. I don't know if you guys can see
He actually originally had a square gate, but then he just got angry, and then he just formed it into an octogate, and he's like, well, this works really well, so he just kept on
The
buying.
story about the Octogate is I got a stick back in 2009 because I was, a Street Fighter player. And if you can't see it, you can see my thumb.
Wait,
That's the Octogate. There you go.
All right.
I got a stick. I got the SE for $70. It was the worst mistake I've ever did. And I modded it with Samba parts. So it was actually just the same price as the TE stick. And I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. And so I had it. I had Samba parts. It was fine. And I couldn't do Hadoukens. I could not do Hadoukens for the fucking life of me. I could not do them. And, people always are like, man, my execution sucks. How do I get it better? You just play a lot. Because my execution was horrible. Like, I couldn't do Hadoukens on a stick. I don't think you guys understand.
Dude, I remember... Yeah, execution's always a huge thing. I remember when I first started using an arcade stick, watching random videos. We would watch... My buddy of mine was trying to learn Ken, and so he was watching Ken videos, and he was watching the Ken do, like, crouching short, stand jab, crouching medium kick into EX Tatsu, and we're like, oh my god, like, how did you do that combo? It's, like, so hard. Like, looking back on it now, it's, like, one of the easiest, like, combos in the entire game to do.
Yeah, I can even go to Street Fighter, go into the goddamn challenge mode, and do most of the goddamn challenges. It's not hard. But it takes years to be able it takes years of playing fighting games in general. And it's just it takes a lot. And you just don't see it. You don't see the big picture until you actually start playing and getting better. So I had a square gate, and I actually switched to Honda. I used to be an Able player, a Rufus player. I switched to Honda because he's a charge character, so I didn't have to do motions. That's where my Honda comes from. And then I just bought an Octo gate because I heard about people like to ride the gate by octos, and it's just much better for me. It's just 100% better, and I can play on square gates now. Back in the day, I could not. If you handed me a square gate, I fucking couldn't do shit. And I can't do some things on square gates even today. There's a particular Doom combo, if you guys see it, the jump L and the foot dive, air dash down, launch. That you do that 4 times. I can't do that on square gate because I need to be able to know where my corners are, I guess.
What do you mean? You know where your corners are with the square gate?
I
Because
do not
there's
know where my
corners.
corners are.
Because there are corners. That's how you know
no,
where the
it's
corner
different.
is. Because there are corners.
It's different for me. I cannot find corners on a square gate. I know that sounds weird. I know it sounds stupid.
Maybe you should become a scientist or something like that, because you find a corner in a circle. I don't know how that's possible, but you just do it.
Octogate
Maybe
makes
you
it
should.
easier
Maybe
for
this
me
is not
to
your
find
calling in
corners.
life.
And also, everyone uses Sambas usually. He asked like what type. But Seimetsus are fine. I've seen Korean joysticks and they're pretty weird. They go back to neutral really quickly. They're good for some things, but I don't prefer them. American sticks are garbage, and if you use an American stick, you're stupid. Yeah, I would stick with Sama Seimetsu, or if you have a preference, Korean. But other than that, I don't see a reason to use anything. Samas are the bread and butter. I don't know why you wouldn't use a Sama or even a Seimetsu. I don't know. But, yeah. Same with buttons. Although Gamer Finger buttons are the best buttons in the world.
Are those the silent ones that you have?
Yeah. They're still trucking. It's almost... 2 years. 2 years now I've had them. 2 or 3 years. Still trucking along.
Jeff, aka Fine Like Wine, asks, should I seek professional help for betting $80 that the Mariners are going to win the pennant this year? No.
Yes.
I would say no.
Yes.
Maybe not seek help. Maybe just realize what you got yourself into. But
We've all made stupid bets. I remember.
it's too early to tell, man. It's too early.
I made a bet against Marlon Pie that I would beat him in a first to 10. It was a very bad bet.
And you didn't. Let me guess, you didn't win.
I did not win. And that was $100 at that game. So we all make bad bets. You know. Me and my vanilla self. 2011 Honzo Gonzo. Adred Mage also asks, what do you guys think about the rumor of Dark Souls 3 at E3? I'm nervous over seeing a new game every year. I haven't heard them. I don't know. I'd be excited for it. Because I'm a big fucking fanboy. Well, it could be two different development teams. The people who made Dark Souls 2 could be making Dark Souls 3. They weren't working on Bloodborne. They could make an actually good game. You never know. Timing is not always determining of a game's quality. Because one of the Assassin's Creed was really good. Now it's turned down a year. I think it was Revelations or something. And ScottBox64 asks, oh wait, we already answered that. Oops. Harrison.
At the Hound asks, thoughts on Marvel vs. Capcom 4 rumors at E3? I'm pretty sure that's not a real question.
There can't be Marvel vs. Capcom 4 rumors. But if there was...
Here's a good question.
I would know about it.
Ben asks... God, I hate this stupid notification thing on TweetDeck now. Ben asks, I want Street Fighter V, but I don't own a device that can operate it. Do I buy a PS4 or a gaming PC/Steam box?
That's a good question. Depends on what you want to play.
I think if you have... The only problem with PS4 is, like, if you don't have... I would say the obvious choice is if you don't see any other titles for PS4 that you would actually want to play, I mean, it would be pretty simple to get a PC. I think that's...
But...
PS4 is probably going to be cheaper.
PC ports have been a blow-up lately.
That's true.
And I know Street Fighter 5 is probably being developed with PC in mind, obviously. It's probably not just going to be a port.
Yeah. That's true.
But, PS4 is a safe bet, in my opinion. It's the reason I kind of got us PS4, besides Bloodborne. I'm a big Souls fan guy. I love Bloodborne. Witcher takes a lot to run on any PC. I knew I probably wouldn't be able to run it at full capacity. So I got it for PS4. Ran great. Few hiccups. Still fine. I'm having a good time with my PS4. Plus I have MKX that's actually functional. So that's 3 games right there almost. That you're probably going to get a very good experience on a PS4. Okay. And it's a safe bet for Street Fighter 5.
So PS4.
I would say PS4. But if you're looking to... I don't know what games you haven't played on PC. Maybe there's a big backlog. There's tons of games on PC that are worth playing right now. So if you're...
Hearthstone is for PC, but I guess you can also play that on your phone now, so it doesn't matter anymore.
if you see a lot of PC games you want to buy, or even in the future, like Overwatch is coming out, that looks good. XCOM 2 is coming out. So yeah, just wait for E3. I think E3 will be a big determinant. I think.
Yeah,
See what
because
games are coming out.
we had the system last year, right, or the year before. It's been a while now, right? I can't even remember when. Right?
I forget.
I don't know. I forget too.
We're old here. I can't remember.
But I just think
PS4
this is the year where like the games are actually going to start coming out in full force.
Yeah, they're gonna be good. Obviously, they've already developed, I think, good games for PS4. Bloodborne is an amazing game, in my opinion, and it wasn't a launch title, but it still was developed for PS4 exclusively. So, I'm pretty confident in the games coming out of this E3 that they're gonna be good games and worth purchasing a PS4 over. I don't think you should buy a PS4 if you're a smart person, unlike me. You shouldn't really buy a PS4 unless you wanted to play like MKX or something. But I think after this E3, there'll be plenty of reasons. And the next Black Friday will be a good chance for you to pick up a PS4 for cheap.
I mean, I think the number
games.
one question is, are you going to be playing Street Fighter V? Like, I think a lot of people are just going to be playing it on console.
Yeah, I think console's the best bet. And if it is good on PC, you can just plan for that in the future. It's gonna be, there's not gonna be another. The Street Fighter 6 isn't coming out fucking next year. So
Yeah.
just you can bide your time on that one if it is actually good on PC, which I hope it is, because that'd be cool. Have a good PC port. R Kappa Fuckboy asked me, is Skullgirls worth getting since it's on sale on Steam? Honzo used to love it and took pride being on the leaderboards. I actually got a free copy of Skullgirls from. They were restreaming Combo Breaker and they were just giving them out, so I got one, and I downloaded it, and I realized I did not like Skullgirls one bit, but I still don't like it for the same reasons. Why I don't like it, didn't like it in the past, and people can argue with me about it, but I still see it in myself, so I'm not gonna play it if I'm not having fun. But a lot of people enjoy it. The DLC is all free on the PC. If you get Beowulf is free, but you can get like all the DLC for really cheap on the PC. Plus, it's 80% off right now, and it's free. It's actually it's the entire weekend, I guess, or for like a week or something. You can actually play Skullgirls. So just go nuts. Like, I don't know, just go play it and see if you like it, and then buy it. A lot of people enjoy that game, so. Go ahead and give it a try. I'm not gonna say don't play it. It's bad. I just don't like it. At Hoochie asks, predictions for Evo top 5 and Ultra.
Whatever. Wait, top 8?
Top 5.
Top 5?
Top 5. Top 5.
Let me bring up the Capcom Cup standings. So first place Daigo, second place Infiltration, third place Punko, fourth place Yen, fifth place Momochi. What do you think?
Good list. I think Xian's going to get second.
Okay. Why?
I think he's a very good player.
Okay, well, they're all very good players. That's the very dumb argument.
I don't know. He seems to just beat players. Like, he just gets it. And he plays Gen. And, Gen's not the best character, but he still pulls it off.
You know what? You do have a very good point, because Tien has beaten basically everybody on this list except for Daigo.
And he has Elena now. Gen's Elena is very good. Elena's an asshole of a character, so I think Zen's gonna get second. First is gonna be. It's tough not to say Daigo, but I don't think it'll be Daigo.
You think somebody's just, I don't know.
Luffy got first last year. Don't give me that shit. It was Luffy Bonchain Grand Finals. Were you gonna guess that? No.
No.
Exactly. So like, it's hard. It's hard to like objectively think. I think Zen's definitely got second. I think Bonchan's gonna get fourth. Daigo third. I think Mochi fits good. I think Sako's gonna win
Sako?
if he goes.
What?
I think Sako's gonna win. It's my
I
my
think
weird pick.
Sako is not gonna win.
Sako's gonna win.
I think
Luffy has a chance to be up there too, to be honest. Rose is still stupid.
I don't know. I think a lot of people have a better chance over Sako.
Would you have said Luffy in a million years would have won?
No,
Evo
I
last
never.
year?
So I guess
Okay.
I gotta respect your opinion. I gotta hold that.
Yeah. Evo's too random to not respect everyone's opinion. Someone gonna be like, "Yo, fucking Noel Brown's gonna win." I'd be like, "Maybe, I don't know." Like, fucking
You
who
gotta
knows?
draw the line somewhere.
I know. But it's so random for Street Fighter. The brackets determine so much. Even though I know people recently have not been saying that, which has been interesting to me. Maybe as it's evolved, it's become less about matchups, more about players. Maybe we'll see an evolution in that this
I
year.
don't think so at all.
I
I
don't
think
believe that either.
it is about the matchups and will always be about the matchups for Street Fighter 4.
We'll see though. I mean, there's so many people that are coming. There's over 2,000 people fucking registered already.
I know. It is
So-
crazy. It is crazy.
Who knows? Who fucking knows? No one knows. You can do the fantasy league top 8. I guarantee 0% will get it right. 0%. I'll have to guarantee 0% even get it half right. At the Hound 2 asked, you guys think Capcom would ever do a wild card tournament for Capcom Cup? Put it in a completely random contender? I was thinking about that. The way the International does it for Dota 2, they have qualifiers for regions where like the people who obviously are not good enough to be directly invited, they all play each other, and the best person from there gets a chance to be invited. But the second place gets put in a pool, so all the regions second place all play each other for a spot to get in. It's called the wild card spot. So I don't see that out of the realm of possibility. Maybe 2 or 3 wild card slots. And you have
I don't think so.
You have a tournament. That
It,
kind of defeats the purpose
I
of
think there'd
CPT
be
points.
Yeah, I was just about to say. I think they'd be lucky to have one. I think, like they had an online qualifier last year, something like that. Outside of that, no, just because it really makes it really not unfair, but it just takes away from all these people traveling around the world to get these points, and it's like, oh, okay, well, some guy, like random dude just like got in, and like from down the street, like, it just takes away the meaning
You
of
still have to beat a lot of players who didn't get in too.
yeah.
It's not like it's free. If it's one spot.
One spot like max, if that. I just don't see it happening.
At husband _ asks, with my question going in unanswered last week due to Honzo Gonzo's big ego. I don't know. Sorry. Will Evo be able to save Marvel like Street Fighter X Tekken and KOF 13? No.
What?
He said, will Evo be able to save Marvel, essentially?
I think he's being sarcastic.
No, Evo saved KOF 13. And Cross Tekken, we got an update.
It saved that for a year, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it doesn't need saving like those 2 other games did.
Yeah, it's just a slow decline. It's just natural for a game outside of the big one. I guess the big 3, fucking Smash. Just a gradual decline. I mean, we're seeing decline in other games as well that are actually popular. Very small, if you're not the big 3. But Marvel's fine. There'll be still money matches, hype matches, and Marvel 2 was how many years old when Clockwork versus Neo took place? That was still amazing. That money match.
Yep.
So I don't see it going away and dead. Just gonna be less, which I'm okay with. I mean, the whole Midwest Championships thing proved a fucking 30-man tournament can still be hyped for a lot of people, and they can have an exhibition there that's lots of people want to see it. The community wants to see it. So.
Michael asks, what new costumes would you like for Ultra Street Fighter 4? Since there was a rumor going around that there would be another pack. How about just sandwiches? Just people dressed up as sandwich costumes.
You're saying that because his avatar.
I am saying it because it's his avatar.
But what do I want him to not look like furries, right? I'm not down with the furries.
That's true.
I'm down to look. Sorry, guys.
New costumes. I don't know, just anything like original. I don't know.
Yeah, who cares? Sorry. Alaric Fuckboy says, why can't Honzo play on F-Champs level on Marvel anymore? Didn't they used to beat each other in locals?
Like 4 years ago.
That was a long time ago.
Like 2 weeks after the game came out.
No. It was months. I was, for a good 2 or 3 months, I was good at the game.
It's when you were young and in your prime.
I was. My prime was 4 years ago. Ever since that, I guess it's that Evo. Actually,
this is what Knuckle Do has to look forward to.
Yeah. Actually, after Evo, I did much better than... I think after that Evo, I beat a lot of people. I beat a lot of top 8 places in tournament. After that Evo. So, I think, after that, I was really good. Beginning of Ultimate, I was not good. I switched my team. That's one of the reasons I wasn't good. I didn't always use the team. I actually switched EME out for Hawkeye because I'm a fucking idiot. That's one of the reasons I didn't do well in CR. Who cares? Who cares about this? I can go on for years about my Marvel crew. I can write a goddamn book.
The Phantom Knot asks, hey, what device do you use to capture Melee or older games? I use my Blackmagic Intensity Extreme because it captures everything, but there are, I think, some limitations with it with the older systems. I think anything before GameCube, I was having trouble capturing. I don't know, for whatever reason. Yeah. I'm not the guy to talk to about super old stuff because I've never needed to do that. So, that's what I use. You can always just go with Dazzle. Like everybody used forever.
Yeah, Dazzles aren't bad. they're very good.
They're cheap. They look decent. And they're cheap.
It's very important to me. Cheap. Keep your shit cheap. Don't splurge on.
Ooh, this is a good question. Alk asks, what do you think the odds are of the Evo champion also taking Capcom Cup? That's really hard.
I'm gonna say that'd be a 10% chance.
A 10%? Really, that high?
Yeah. Because it's like you can hide tech for that long, even after Evo. Like you can, even though I don't know. Yeah, I'd say 10%. That's very generous though. So I don't think Momoshi did bad that Evo this past Evo.
I think it's got to be like under 5%. Like
just
yeah, just even I don't even want to say it's gonna happen. Like I want to say it's not even a possibility.
Who won the 25th tournament? It was Infiltration because he got the car.
Yeah.
Didn't he win that Evo too?
Yeah, he did. Well, I guess there you go, right?
It's happened.
It could happen.
It's not on the scale, I guess. There's still a fucking car. And
there was still a car. That was a ton of money.
Yeah, back then even too.
And he won the SF Cross Tekken tournament too, right? So
yes.
Yeah, he walked away that weekend with 50 grand in a car.
Yeah, he was set for a bit. Yeah, and I'm trying to think. But this year's kind of different. there's a fuck ton of money at Capcom Cup, just an insane amount, and Evo even has a fuck ton of money, an insane amount too. So maybe the stakes are a little higher this year. The game's evolved a lot more since then. It's a completely different version too. So yeah, I mean it's technically happened, but I don't think it'll ever happen again. There's too much competition nowadays. Too high level. Yeah.
Yep. Thomas asks, "What if Marn won Ultra?" No. Does this save Marvel? No.
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 Ahuchi follows up his question with no Americans in the top 5, not even you. No.
Not even do? No Americans in top 5.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been playing really well. I don't know. I just don't see him quite there with those guys.
At RGD714 asks, do you have a left hand? Yes, I have 2 hands. Yeah. Whatever, man.
Do you want to wrap it up? Do you have a Honzo story?
Yeah. So, as I said, I went to my Max today, and I went to the corner store, and I was going for a Baja Blast because everyone knows I like Baja Blast, but all they had was Sangrita Blast. So I was like, you know what? I'll try it. I actually did quite enjoy it. But that's not the point of the story. So I had the Sangrita Blast, and I'm going into Mad Max, and the movie theater I'm going to is very strict about you can't bring food or drinks in. So I put it in my pocket, and obviously it's very conspicuous because there's a big ass, cylinder in my pocket, and it's obviously not my dick. So like, I'm walking up, and they're like, "Is that soda?" And I was like, "No." They're like, "Okay." That's it.
All right. Anything else you want to add?
No.
I just wanted to say that it took Game of Thrones 5 years to make the one scene that everybody had been waiting for, and it was totally worth the 5-year wait.
What? Who was waiting for that scene? That scene's not in the books, bro.
The White Walkers. Everybody's fucking waiting for that shit.
Oh,
for 5 fucking years.
Still not
For
in the
5
books.
fucking years. And it finally happened, and it was sick. So
It's not
I'm
in the books.
happy.
And hey, I'm not spoiling. You're spoiling it.
I like how, I'm so above everybody else, so I'm not going to spoil. It's like, so you're a normal human being. All right, congratulations.
Yeah, I'm not a dick like you. That's all I'm trying to say.
Wow. Wow. Who, bought you pizza and, chicken wings, That was me.
Yeah. Thank you.
If you guys want to follow me, you can follow me at HarrisonSBA. If you want to follow Honzo Gonzo, you can follow him at Honzo Gonzo on Twitter. If you don't want to follow either of us, because I don't know why, make sure you guys check us out, twitter.com/iplaywinner. And if you guys want to check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/iplaywinner. You guys can check out the topics or, whatever. If you guys want to listen to us on your phone, there's always the MP3 link in the YouTube description. If you want an easier place to go and find that stuff, you guys can go to iplaywinner.com, go to the podcast section, and every single show is there in YouTube or MP3 format. Is that it?
Yeah.
Good show. All right, guys. Peace.